Breaking news for the Chicago Cubs, and that is Ben Brown is set to join the Cubs and most likely will be in the starting rotation as the Cubs place Justin Steele on the IL with a hamstring injury suffered on opening day. We're going to talk about that right here on the Cubs Baseball Channel. Guys, as a lifelong Cubs fan and a guy that has covered the team for the last 20 years, it is a pleasure to have you here on the channel. If it's the first time you've been here, like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Hit the bell so you know when we're dropping new content. And if you're a regular on the channel, hey, great to see you again. Let's get this thing started. Here's your invitation to the Cubs Baseball Channel. Hey everybody, Mick Gillispie here at Broadcaster Mick on the socials, and we're here to talk about Ben Brown. He is going to be the newest member of the Chicago Cubs, and I think that this is an exciting time. As long as I've been around, it never gets old when you see a guy get his opportunity at the major leagues. Now, for Brown, we thought this would have happened a year ago, but he was dealing with an injury in the minor leagues, and it wasn't an arm injury. So he wasn't able to pitch. And at the beginning of the season, he was a starter. They moved him to the bullpen and ended up just not getting that opportunity a year ago. So I'm thinking, going to be in the rotation to replace Justin Steele, still waiting on Jameson Taillon, who is injured, dealing with his back and hoping to be back sometime in April, right? Back injury and then back in the starting rotation. So the way that I think that it shook out for the Cubs, they looked at Drew Smyly, who's a left-handed option out of the bullpen, saw him last season, was good at the beginning of the year, struggled as a starter midway through, and then went into the bullpen. I think they're satisfied having him out there. Hayden Wesneski, who just didn't pitch good enough in spring training. And you never felt comfortable with what he was doing because he just didn't have any success. And then when you compare his numbers to Brown, there's just no comparison. Brown dominated this spring, and he made this an easy decision, at least right now, to give him that opportunity to join the Cubs. And I think go into the starting rotation and make his debut sometime in that series against possibly Colorado or the Dodgers. And I'm sure the Cubs will clarify that, but I believe that he's going to start in the part of the homestand that will be at Wrigley Field next week. So Brown features three pitches, a three-pitch mix: fastball, curveball, and slider. And all of them are pretty good. A lot of velocity on the fastball. Curveball is probably his better secondary pitch, but it's not much better than his slider. I think he's very consistent with all three pitches. The one area where I feel like he could probably do a little bit better, and we saw that actually this spring, is with his command, where his fastball grades out on the scale about 60 curveball. I'm looking at fan graphs right now. So they like both of those pitches, and then slider 60, 55. So that's saying they're all about even, but the command 40, 45, not the case this spring. And what I mean by not the case this spring is that he was dominant this spring and the command was there as well. And I think that's why the Cubs feel really comfortable about adding Brown. Brown's spring training from February 24th on was great. Pitched a couple of innings on the 24th of February, making his debut against San Francisco. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs. February 29th, Colorado, 2 innings, 3 hits, and a run. Then in March, he pitched 3 games and was lights out in those games. Kansas City pitched on March the 5th, 2 innings, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Then the last 2, which I think really solidified the fact that he would be this guy if this opportunity came up. At Tempe Diablo against the Angels, March 16th, pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and a walk with 4 strikeouts, and then followed that up on March the 23rd with 4 innings of 2-hit ball with a walk, 3 strikeouts, and no run. So in the entire month of March, did not allow a run. And then through spring training, he only gave up 1. And so I feel like that is one of the reasons why the Cubs are saying, hey, this is a guy that we feel good about and we're ready to go with. He was drafted in 2017 by the Phillies, 33rd round, 8th pick. So overall, 983rd selection that year. Went to Ward Melsville High School on Long Island and was with the Phillies, and then just started to really climb through their system with success, and was eventually traded to the Cubs in 2022 at the deadline for David Robertson. But last year spent the entire season in the minor leagues, started in Double-A Tennessee, then went to Triple-A Iowa, 26 outings, 19 of those starts, and all the starts were before the injury, and then came in and was out of the bullpen late. And I'm sure that was just if the Cubs needed him, looking how he pitched, if he was healthy, you could have brought him up at the end of the season to help out. But he went 8-8, had a 427 earned run average. What really stuck out, though, is 92 in the third innings. He had 130 strikeouts. He did have 57 walks. So that's something that he certainly wanted to cut down on, and he was able to do that this spring. He's a big guy, 6'6", 210. We talked about being traded for David Robertson, who ironically is now with the Rangers and got the win over the Cubs on opening day, Robertson. So now those two guys can get together and hopefully get a picture. Hey, I was traded for you. Let's get a picture. Let's trade jerseys, right? That's always funny when players do that. So this is, part of the depth that the Cubs have, and they are taking advantage of it right now, dipping down into the farm system. And I'm sure they feel comfortable with what Ben Brown can bring to the table. So we'll see. Obviously we'll be covering. This is not a surprise. You guys know I've talked about this the last 2 videos since Justin Steele went on. Well, we knew he was going on the IL, was injured in the game, but now it's being reported that it's happening. And so we just wanted to give you our scouting report on Ben Brown off the field. Really nice guy. Picked up a championship ring as part of the Double-A team last year, pitched there at the beginning of the year, and was with them when they went to the postseason and made a run in 2022. So he's got some postseason experience as well. But he's got the frame, still growing into the body. But, one of those players that you look at and you go, this guy just has that pitcher's look, right? The body, the tall body, slender, athletic, and someone that I think the Cubs are really going to like having out there. I think he's ready to go. I think that this is a great opportunity for him, and never even pitched in Iowa this year. I'm sure it was disappointing when he got sent back. Didn't last long. All right, guys, give in the comments section. Tell me what you think. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And let's talk some Cubs baseball. Cubs take on Texas tonight with Kyle Hendricks, and we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Thanks for hanging out. Go Cubs.